Lovely viewers, tonight's story is one that has taken over social media, news outlets, and every corner of the K-drama world. The air was electric, the lights were blindingly beautiful, and the night was already brimming with glitz and glamour. But nothing, absolutely nothing, could outshine the chemistry between Lee Min-ho and Hye Kyo. When their eyes met across that grand award show stage, it wasn't just a fleeting look. It was a moment that froze time. Fans gasped, cameras zoomed in, and suddenly, the entire internet was ablaze with that one single glance that said more than 1,000 words ever could. It all began the moment both stars arrived on the red carpet. Hye Kyo, ever elegant, wore a breathtaking ivory gown that shimmered under the soft flashes of cameras, her calm and poised smile stealing every heart. Lee Min-ho followed not long after, dressed in a tailored black tuxedo that gave him the aura of a true leading man. But what truly had fans holding their breath was not just their individual brilliance. It was the quiet anticipation of seeing them in the same room again. The two had not been spotted together publicly for quite some time, and the mere possibility of interaction had fans on the edge of their seats. When the ceremony began, the energy was already bubbling with excitement. As the night unfolded, it was during one of the biggest awards, Best Actor and Best Actress, that destiny decided to play its part. As Hye Kyo's name was announced as a presenter, she gracefully made her way to the stage. The audience's applause filled the entire hall, but then the host called for the male presenter to join her, and there he was, Lee Min-ho, walking confidently toward her. The lights seemed to dim, as if the universe itself wanted to witness this reunion. For a few seconds, the two stood side by side, smiling politely, exchanging a brief but meaningful bow. Then came the spark, when their eyes locked for the first time. It wasn't just a casual look of greeting. It was charged, deep, and full of emotion. Lee Min-ho's usually calm expression softened, while Hye Kyo's eyes glistened with something warm, something familiar. The crowd immediately felt it. Something was different about that moment. The camera captured it perfectly, zooming in just enough for fans watching live to see the silent exchange. Twitter exploded, fan pages went wild, and within minutes, the phrase Lee Min-ho and Hye Kyo eye contact was trending across multiple countries. The tension between them was subtle yet powerful. They continued with their presenting duties, maintaining professionalism, but everyone could sense that underlying connection that only the most genuine relationships share. As they read out the nominees, a tiny smile escaped Lee Min-ho's lips when Hye Kyo accidentally stumbled over a name, and she quickly looked at him with a playful grin. That tiny exchange melted hearts across the globe. It wasn't forced. It wasn't staged. It was just real. When the award was finally handed out and both stars prepared to exit the stage, the crowd noticed that Lee Min-ho, ever the gentleman, extended his hand towards Hye Kyo as they walked down the stairs together. She accepted it gracefully, their fingers brushing lightly. The cameras caught that too, and fans screamed online, claiming that even their smallest gesture spoke volumes. The whispers in the audience grew. People turned their heads, murmuring softly about the undeniable chemistry radiating from them. Even other celebrities in attendance couldn't hide their amused smiles. Backstage reports added fuel to the fire. Several staff members shared that the two stars exchanged warm greetings behind the scenes and even shared a brief conversation. While no one could hear exactly what they said, witnesses described their interaction as comfortable and natural. One insider claimed, "It was like watching two people who understood each other perfectly. There was no awkwardness, just pure mutual respect and warmth." Fans began speculating that perhaps this wasn't just a random reunion. Maybe something deeper was rekindling between them. When videos of the night hit social media, fans began editing slow-motion clips of that exact moment when their eyes met. Some fans even added romantic background music, turning the short clip into a cinematic masterpiece. Others compared it to a scene straight out of a romantic drama. "They don't even need to act, they're already living the perfect love story," one fan wrote. Another commented, "The way Lee Min-ho looked at her, it's the same look you give someone you truly care about." Hours after the event, Both stars' agencies released polite statements, thanking fans for their support and congratulating all the winners. But they made no mention of that magical eye contact moment, which only made fans more curious. Why stay silent about something so visible, so captivating? The silence only deepened the mystery, allowing imaginations to run wild. Online communities were divided between those who believed that the chemistry was purely professional, and those who were convinced that Lee Min-ho and Hye Kyo shared something much more intimate. Fan theories began to swirl. Some insisted that the two had reconnected recently, while others believed that their on-stage reunion was fate reminding them of an unfinished chapter. Hashtags like #MinKyoMoment, #AwardShowSpark, and #TheirEyesSpoke circulated widely, racking up millions of views. Later that night, several attendees who had captured photos of the stars together posted them online, showing how Lee Min-ho seemed unable to take his eyes off Hye Kyo even when she wasn't looking. In one candid shot, he was seen watching her from across the table with a small, tender smile. Fans analyzed that picture frame by frame, noting how his gaze seemed softer whenever she was near. "That's not acting," one fan commented. "That's the look of a man completely mesmerized." As for Hye Kyo, she appeared equally serene and happy that night. Observers noted that she seemed more radiant than ever, laughing and chatting comfortably with her co-stars and smiling warmly whenever Lee Min-ho was nearby. Some fans pointed out how her laughter seemed more genuine whenever he was in the same frame, igniting a wave of emotional reactions online. "It's the glow of love," a popular fan tweet read, gaining thousands of retweets. By the next morning, entertainment outlets were covering the story as if it were breaking news. Headlines like Lee Min-ho and Hye Kyo steal the show with their eye contact, and unspoken romance shines brighter than awards, dominated feeds everywhere. Even international news sources picked up the story, amazed by the couple's power to captivate millions with something as simple as a shared glance. Fans began to recall their previous interviews, analyzing every word for hints. Many remembered when Lee Min-ho once mentioned in an old interview that he admired Hye Kyo for her grace and maturity, saying she was the kind of woman he respected deeply. Meanwhile, Hye Kyo had once described Lee Min-ho as a gentleman with a genuine heart. Those old quotes resurfaced overnight, and together with the award show moment, it painted a story that fans couldn't stop talking about. Those few seconds of romantic eye contact between Lee Min-ho and Hye Kyo had not just become a viral moment, they had become a cultural sensation, sparking endless conversations about love, destiny, and the kind of connection that can't be scripted. The internet was now a living museum of that single look. Fans began analyzing the way Lee Min-ho's eyes softened as he gazed at Hye Kyo, and how her smile trembled slightly, betraying emotions she may have tried to conceal. Entire fan theories were built around the subtle body language between them, how their hands nearly touched, how they seemed drawn toward each other even when the stage lights dimmed. It was as if the audience that night had witnessed something sacred, two souls silently reconnecting before the entire world. By the following morning, several major entertainment shows were dedicating special segments to the moment. Commentators replayed the footage again and again, slowing it down frame by frame to examine every glance, every smile. One famous show host even joked, "Forget the award winners. The real prize tonight was that eye contact." The studio audience roared with laughter and agreement. Even celebrities who attended the event began liking fan posts about the duo, subtly acknowledging what everyone already felt, that something genuine was unfolding between them. Later that day, paparazzi photos emerged showing both Lee Min-ho and Hye Kyo leaving the after-party around the same time, though separately. Hye Kyo was seen in a sleek black overcoat, her face partly hidden behind a soft scarf, while Lee Min-ho exited minutes later in his own quiet, understated way. But what caught fans' attention was that both were seen smiling faintly as they stepped into their cars, as if replaying that magical moment in their minds. Online, fan communities were bursting with emotion. Thousands of fans shared personal stories about how their chemistry gave them hope, reminded them of true love, or inspired them to believe in second chances. "It wasn't just two stars looking at each other," one fan wrote. "It was two hearts remembering something the rest of us could only dream about." That comment alone received tens of thousands of likes and shares, spreading across multiple platforms. Meanwhile, close sources began hinting that the two stars had spoken privately after the show. Though no details were confirmed, whispers suggested that their conversation was heartfelt and nostalgic. "They seemed genuinely happy to reconnect," said one insider. "You could see warmth between them, the kind that doesn't happen overnight. It's like they picked up where they left off." The possibility that they had rekindled their friendship, or maybe even something deeper, sent the internet into a frenzy. Lovely viewers, the energy around them became almost magical. Everywhere you looked, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, fans were creating edits of them to romantic songs, writing fanfiction, and even producing short animations of their love story. The emotional power of that eye contact became symbolic. People began calling it the look that reignited K-drama romance, and fans lovingly dubbed it the eternal glance. As days passed, entertainment reporters followed every subtle move from both stars. When Lee Min-ho was spotted at a fashion event a few days later, reporters noticed he looked especially cheerful. He was relaxed, smiling more than usual, even playfully responding to fan questions. When someone asked about song Hye Kyo, he chuckled and simply said, "She looked stunning that night, didn't she?" That single sentence was enough to send fans spiraling into joy. His gentle tone carried sincerity, and it felt like a quiet confirmation of his admiration. On Song Hye Kyo's side, she appeared in an interview the following week, where the host casually mentioned the trending topic. With a calm smile, she replied, "It was nice to see familiar faces again after such a long time. I'm happy everyone enjoyed the show." But when the host teased her about the viral eye contact, Song Hye Kyo's expression softened, and she let out a shy laugh that made fans' hearts flutter. "Oh, that," she said with a playful tone. "Sometimes moments just happen naturally." That response was all the internet needed. Within hours, her clip went viral with fans calling her blush and soft laugh, proof that something was there. Behind the glitz and gossip, though, something deeper was happening. The moment had reminded everyone of why they loved these two stars so deeply. Not just because of their beauty or fame, but because of the humanity they carried. Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo, both veterans of heartbreak, triumph and growth, seemed to reflect a sense of emotional maturity that resonated with millions. Their unspoken connection at the award show became a reminder that love doesn't always vanish. Sometimes it just hides quietly, waiting for the right time to reappear. The buzz grew even more when a few days later, both stars were reportedly spotted at the same high-end restaurant in Seoul. Though they arrived separately, eyewitnesses claimed they were seated in a private section for nearly an hour. While neither side confirmed the meeting, fans were quick to interpret it as a reunion dinner. Online comments flooded in instantly. "Maybe they're finally talking about everything. Could this be the beginning of a new chapter?" The media tried to chase the story, but both agencies maintained a polite silence, neither denying nor confirming anything. That silence, once again, was louder than any official statement could ever be. Fans adored that mystery. It gave them something to hope for, something to believe in. It was as if Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo were writing their love story quietly, away from the spotlight, while the world watched with bated breath. And then came the next twist that left everyone stunned. A behind-the-scenes video from the award show was released by a popular entertainment channel. The video captured unseen moments of the night, including candid clips of the stars interacting backstage. In one short but heartwarming frame, Lee Min-ho could be seen gently adjusting the microphone height for Song Hye Kyo before she went on stage. She smiled and nodded at him, whispering a quick, "Thank you." The interaction was so natural, so tender, that it immediately reignited all the excitement again. "That's real," one fan commented emotionally. "That's not acting. That's care." Lovely viewers, the more fans saw, the more they believed this wasn't coincidence. Every look, every smile, every tiny moment seemed to build a picture of something quietly blooming again between them. Even though neither had said a single word about romance, their actions spoke volumes. When two people have a connection so genuine the world feels it, And that's exactly what was happening here. As the week went on, industry insiders began whispering about a potential collaboration project that might bring them together professionally again. Some claimed a major production company was already in talks to cast them as leads in an upcoming romance drama. Imagine that, lovely viewers. Lee Min-ho and Hye Kyo sharing the screen again. Their undeniable chemistry reigniting not just on stage but in an entire series. Fans began begging for it online, tagging networks and producers non-stop with messages like, "Make this happen. We're ready for the magic." That single exchange of glances at the award show may have lasted a heartbeat, but it continues to ripple through time, like waves that never quite reach the shore. Fans still replay that moment as if searching for hidden meanings, frame by frame, breath by breath. It's as though everyone collectively understood that what they witnessed wasn't just a glance. It was the continuation of a love story written in silence, nurtured in mystery, and whispered through destiny. As weeks rolled by, neither Lee Min-ho nor Hye Kyo made any direct comment about what happened that night, yet their lives seemed to mirror one another in ways that felt too perfect to be mere coincidence. When Lee Min-ho attended a magazine photo shoot in Paris, fans noticed his styling. Soft tones, vintage lighting, and a backdrop that looked eerily similar to one Hye Kyo had used for her shoot just a few months earlier. The two spreads were released days apart, and the visual connection was undeniable. The chemistry between them seemed to transcend distance, with both stars unknowingly creating images that complemented each other like twin halves of the same story. Lovely viewers, social media couldn't contain the excitement. Fans flooded comment sections with emotional reactions, saying things like, "Even when they're miles apart, their hearts are in sync." Others edited the photos together, creating collages that made it seem as if they were posing side by side. "Destiny is playing with us," one comment read, "and I think they're playing along too." Then came the subtle clues that drove fans wild. During a live interview promoting his new project, Lee Min-ho was asked what inspires him the most when acting in emotional scenes. Without hesitation, he replied softly, "Memories." The interviewer pressed further, asking if those memories were related to someone special. Lee Min-ho chuckled, looking down for a moment before replying, "Sometimes when you meet someone who changes the way you see the world, you never forget that feeling, even if years pass." That line spread like wildfire. Fans immediately connected it to Hye Kyo, convinced that he was speaking from the heart rather than from a script. A few days later, Hye Kyo was featured in a fashion documentary where she was asked what love meant to her now. Her answer was delicate yet powerful. "Love is not always about words. Sometimes it's in a look, a moment, or a silence that says everything." Once again, the internet erupted. "She's talking about the eye contact," fans declared. "That's her way of acknowledging it." The synchronicity between their statements was uncanny, and the fandom knew something special was unfolding behind the scenes. As time passed, entertainment reporters noticed how both stars had begun attending similar events again, though never arriving together. Whether it was a fashion gala, a film screening, or a charity dinner, somehow, their names always appeared on the same guest lists. Coincidence or fate, no one could say. But each time they were in the same room, fans waited with bated breath for that spark to happen again. That electric exchange of glances that could melt even the coldest heart. And it did happen again. At a luxury brand's private event in Seoul, attendees caught what they described as another heart-stopping moment. Lee Min-ho and Hye Kyo reportedly arrived at different times but ended up seated just a few tables apart. A video leaked later that night showed the two exchanging polite nods, followed by that unmistakable warmth in their eyes. It was brief, it was quiet, but it was enough. Enough to send fans spiraling into pure excitement all over again. "It's happening again!" Social media exploded. Their eyes found each other in the crowd. It's destiny repeating itself. Lovely viewers, what's so captivating about their story isn't just the romance fans dream of. It's the emotional depth that comes with it. Both Lee Min-ho and Hye Kyo have lived through highs and heartbreaks. They've faced public scrutiny, fame's heavy burden, and the loneliness that often follows stardom. And yet, in moments like this, when their eyes meet, It feels as if the world strips away all the noise and lets them just be two souls recognizing something familiar.